Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abom, and we're back talking about Football Manager today. I was originally going to upload my FM 2010 simulation today, but Thursday evening, early Thursday evening, we got some news. And that's the news that Football Manager 2021 has a release date. And honestly, it's earlier than I thought it was going to be. So we had a trailer drop about 6 o'clock yesterday. I think it was about 6 p.m. And we have a website as well with Football Manager. And the slogan of FM21 is, "These are our colours. Whose will you be wearing when Football Manager 2021 debuts on November 24th? So we have a date. We finally have a date. And honestly, I was expecting December. I think they've done a phenomenal job to get this out in November. But I think it's fantastic. Really, really well done to everybody at Sports Interactive, everybody that's been working on the game. You know, these people have been away from the office. They've been working from home since March. And honestly, it's just been a very demanding time for everybody. And they've just done a fantastic job getting this out so soon. I really thought it was going to be December, and they've surprised me pleasantly as well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look and break down the trailer that we saw yesterday. We're also going to have a look at some options to pre-order the game. And we're also going to speculate on some potential new features, maybe a little bit of a wish list for me. I did say in a previous video that I'm not expecting too much in terms of features from this game. But, you know, we might see some new things. So we'll have a read, we'll have a look, and we'll see what we got. So the trailer's playing now. I'm not going to put any sound in there. The sound's not overly important. There's a bit of commentary. But do you know what? I want this kit. This kit looks beautiful. And I'm sure, like, they would be silly if they didn't do some sort of thing saying that if you buy this kit, proceeds will go towards War Child or something like that. That kit looks spectacular. So these are our colours. Choose yours is the slogan. FM21 out November 24th. I'm just going to freeze frame that last shot if we can. There we go. Let's clear that. Okay, so we're going to leave it on there for now because we're going to have a bit of a read of the stuff down the bottom, and also you can see down there the various platforms that FM is going to be on, which is really interesting. So yeah, these are our colours. Choose yours. Now what that tells me, what that says to me is that maybe you can change the colour scheme of the game, because FM20 and this game as well, like the default skin, is very purple. I've got no gripes with purple. I don't mind purple as a colour. But it looks to me like you might be able to change that and change the colour scheme. I know there's the dark skin and there's the light skin, the white skin that nobody ever uses because it's blinding. That might say that you can change the colour scheme. But then again, the whole choose your own colours thing very much, you know, is about which team you're going to be managing. Like if you're going to be managing Liverpool, then obviously there's going to be some red in your colour scheme maybe. So maybe it's more which team you manage rather than choosing your own. But we'll wait and see. You know, November 24th, not too far away. And of course, as always, there is a pre-release beta which will be a couple of weeks before. Usually they say it's at least 2 weeks before. So we're looking at November the 10th of November, which really isn't that far away at all. The game is available on Steam, on Epic Games, on Xbox. I think it's been 10 years since you've been able to play Football Manager on an Xbox. It's going to be on the new Xbox Series X or the Series S. Also going to be on the Xbox One. I'm very much a PlayStation man myself, so you know, that's going to be good news to some people, but for me, no, it's nice. It's a good deal for them, and it's great for Xbox as well. Like Game Pass is a very big thing, so I think that's really, really good. And you know, in the future, Football Manager may well very be part of that Game Pass bundle. I think FM20 did become part of Game Pass earlier this year, I think it was. So it's a good deal for them. It's on the Switch again, as it was before. I'm not sure what the last two logos are. One of them might be Google Stadia, but I'm not entirely sure. It's been on the Stadia this year, of course, and I think it is coming, but I don't think it's been finalised. So that's a little bit there. Now, going back to here, we can scroll down and we can read this. So it says, out November 24th, FM21 delivers dynamic and fresh, true-to-life management experiences that renew the focus on you, the beating heart of your football club. You are equipped with more tools than ever before to develop your managerial prowess and command success at your club. New additions and game upgrades produce unparalleled levels of football authenticity, as well as extra layers of depth and drama. So, first of all, it says more tools than ever, and secondly, it says new additions. So that tells me that there are going to be some new features with this one. How big they are is another thing, but like I said, I'm not expecting great... no, it's going to be a great game, but in terms of new additions, I'm not expecting a lot, just because of just how demanding it's been working on this game. Like I said, they've been working from home for 6 months. But who knows? Maybe that's maybe all the sort of homeworking has made it better. I've no idea. I work in retail, so I've got no real experience of working from home or anything like that. But hopefully it's going to be a great game. I'm sure it will be. Early signing bonus. Secure 10% off and gain early access to FM21 by pre-purchasing any time prior to full release from a participating digital retailer. FM21 Touch, the stripped back management experience, is once again included free. So Touch is the one that you can get on PC or Mac, and I think you can have like cloud saves on your tablet, that sort of thing. Early access should be available roughly 2 weeks prior to the November 24th street date, and will be available for the first time on the Epic Game Store as well as Steam. So that's what I said about the beta. Usually it's at least 2 weeks before, so we're looking at November the 10th at the latest. Rejoining the squad. For the first time in more than a decade, Football Manager will return to Xbox, release date to be confirmed. Modelled on the popular Touch series, the Football Manager 2021 Xbox Edition thrusts you onto the big stage with a tailored version of the game that's been fully customised for optimal performance with the Xbox controller. Microsoft's Play Anywhere functionality allows you to kick off your career in style on console and then pick up your season on any Windows 10 PC. Keep an eye on our social media channels in early November for full feature details and functionality info. So it's not going to be the full game, it's not going to be the whole caboodle, but it's going to be a bit of a watered down edition for the Xbox. But that's still good. You know, it's good to see it back on Xbox again. And of course, Touch and mobile will be returning as well. FM21 Touch on the Switch will be released in November, and details for other platforms will be revealed on our social channels in early October. So that's when you'll get the Google Stadia stuff, I imagine. So that's it. There is somewhere a thing about new features in October, although I can't find where that is. Here we go. So at the end of the video, it says feature news will drop in early October. So that's really not far away either. We're looking at sometime next week or the week after, maybe. We're going to see some new features. So that's really good news as well. So going back to Football Manager 2020, we're going to have a little look at what was introduced in FM20, the new features introduced in Football Manager 2020, one of which was the Development Centre, developing talent and unearthing wonder kids who can turn into world beaters in a few seasons' time. So I think that will be something that will be pushed a little bit further, maybe. We'll like to see that, you know, you get the old youth intake preview. It'd be nice to see, like, some maybe masked attributes of the players that you might get in your youth intake. All it tells you is that you might get a really good right back or a winger or something like that. It'd be nice to see, you know, potential players that you could get, maybe not fully uncovered, maybe with some of the attributes still hidden, but it might give you a good idea of just what sort of players you're going to get. Because it might say you get a golden generation, you might not get it. So that could be nice. They've also introduced Club Vision, which I think has been something that, you know, has been good for long-term saves. So like, for example, this year, I'm planning on having a long save with a series called Eastern Resurgence 2, which hopefully will last more than 10 years. So having a Club Vision for like a 5-year plan really works for like long-term saves. This year, that hasn't really worked for me because my saves have been fairly short and quite difficult to get into. So hopefully Club Vision will stay around and maybe be improved on a bit. And then graphical improvements are made every year. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. One thing that I'm not a big fan of is the preset tactics, because I think you need to be building your own tactic up from the ground up. It's not. I don't think they'll get rid of it because they only introduced it in, I think, FM19. But I think it's quite easy. It makes the game almost easier, especially if you've got like a preset gegenpress, which is one of the most OP tactics I've seen on Football Manager is that gegenpress. And I think having that preset just makes it a little bit too easy for people. There is the option to create your own tactic from the ground up, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the preset tactics. I'd like something to be done about that. I'm not sure what they could do, but just to maybe nerf some of those tactics that get, you know, overused and are just a little bit overdone. In terms of the match engine, there's some things which have been worked on pretty good. But some things which I still think need a little bit of improvement. For example, the amount of like one-on-ones and big chances that are still being missed is pretty bad for FM20. So I'd like to see a little bit more done with like chance conversion. Some of those one-on-ones should definitely be resulting in goals, and they're not. And something I've been talking about for a couple of years is set piece tactics, because I got a feeling that there's people that just don't touch them, and the default set piece tactic is dreadful because there's nobody man marking. If you ever look at the default set piece tactics, say you're defending a corner and every player is on get back. That is all they're doing. There's no one specifically man marking, no zonal marking, so you haven't got any player actually sat on marking the far post or on the 6-yard box. So I think set piece tactics really, really, really need some work. And it's been a couple of years since I've been saying that. So it's something that I really hope it gets picked up. The last thing we're going to mention is something that I believe Dr. Benji went over in one of his sort of wish list videos, and that is the attributes, which have been the same for a long, long time. And some of them are just a little bit vague. For example, passing is all one attribute. So you might get a player who is really good at like long balls and like big direct passes, but he can't do a short pass. Vice versa, you might have a player that can play a really good short ball to his midfield partner maybe, but long balls just aren't as good. So I think some of the attributes could do with being broken down maybe a little bit more. The same with like finishing outside the box. I mean, you've got long shots, that's not a great example, but just a little bit of detail in some of the attributes, maybe more attributes, would be something to think about, because they've been the same for a long, long time. So that could be something that changes. I think it's high time that we had a look at the attributes and trying to make them a little bit more detailed. I think we'll leave it there for today in terms of features. Just a couple of ideas that have been thrown out there, but I don't know what we're going to see. I really don't know what sort of features we're going to see. Like I said, it's been a challenging year for everybody, and the guys at SI have done a phenomenal job to get it out for November. I think they've done a smashing job. I guess it's time for me to start thinking about saves, because I've got a big save plan, but I still don't know what to do for a beta. And at this point, I might leave it up to you guys. All I know is that I want to do a beta save with a team that has never won the Champions League, but that has been champions of their own division. So I want a league champion that's never won the Champions League. So we might be looking at a team like Paris Saint-Germain or Atletico Madrid, who I don't think have won the Champions League, but that sort of thing. PSG and Atletico were the two clubs that I thought of first, really. PSG and Atletico. At the moment, Atletico's top of my list of the beta that I want to do. But that being said, I did say in a previous video that I was not going to be going anywhere near the Premier League this season, but I don't think that's going to get as much interest. Like, the majority of my fan base is English. I say fan base like I've got loads of subs. I haven't. But the majority of my viewers are English. And yeah, they might be interested in Atletico or a German save or a French save. But, they're more likely to be interested in a Premier League team. But, at the end of the day, I do this for fun. It would be great to get, a good number of viewers and subs for the channel. Like 1,000 subs would be a great success for this channel, I think. But what it boils down to is that this is a hobby. This isn't a way to try and get big or make money. It's just something I like doing for fun. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I do Premier League or if I go abroad. I just want to do something that I think I'm going to enjoy. We'll definitely do some thinking about what save we're going to do. The big save is Eastern Resurgence 2, as I mentioned. A bit of a successor to a previous save that I've done in Germany. So we're gonna reveal some stuff about that closer to the time. I think what we're going to do is like a 1 or 2 season save with the beta. And then, assuming I can get the database that I want, because it's going to take a little bit of work for an extended database, then hopefully the new series will be out sort of, I want to say by Christmas or by I think New Year's Day would be the time that I aim for, because that was when I last did the Dynamo one. I think I started it on New Year's Day. So we're going to aim for New Year's Day for the new series. If we can do December, that would be brilliant, but we'll have to wait and see. Probably not, because the game's out on November 10th. Beta at the latest. I think January 1st. I think New Year's Day would be the aim for the big save this year. But it's good to know that we have a date that we can expect the game, like, you know, 10th of November at the latest, and November 24th is when the fall game is going to be out. So we have a date. That's fantastic news. And I did mention about getting it pre-ordered. You can go to Steam or Epic Games. You can also go to websites like 2Game or CD Keys, and there are people in the community that have discount codes and links to pre-order it, which can get you a little bit more money off, and you support the creator as well. So off the top of my head, Lelujo's got a discount code. I believe Clan, the streamer, has. Golden FM usually does. But if you look around Twitter, then I'm sure you can find someone that you recognize or know in the community that can get you the game for a little bit cheaper. And it also helps them as well. So that's something to look out for. I think we're going to leave things there for today. You know, this came out of nowhere yesterday. Wasn't the video I planned for today, but I felt like we needed to talk about it. So here we go. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below. Leave comments if you haven't done so already. Or if you're new, then do subscribe and turn on notifications. And the next Football Manager video you receive from me is going to be the look to 2020 on FM 2010, which I had originally planned for today. But this dropped yesterday evening, so we've got this instead. So we have a date, which is fantastic. Really looking forward to it. Hopefully you are too. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.